Hello people, right, okay, so today we're going to be using Elumen yet again. I've had somebody ask me if I can use the new colour, which is SV at 10. So you've got silver violet at 10. It looks quite dark on here, but it's the lightest shade in the entire lot. Guys, don't use high lift tint before you use this colour, because if we've got a base of probably about a 7 to an 8 here. A high lift tint, yeah, it will come up yellowy, and sometimes people say that SV at 10 or SB at 10 could be used as a toner. It's not the case over high lift blonde, it just won't work. So we're going to pre-lighten using powder with 20 volt, and even though my client has told me that she's used 40 volt, but we're going to use 20 volt today, and we're just going to keep it on slightly longer. There's a slight band around here, mister. There's a slight band around here, so we've got where she's got it's not as light right here, but then it's very light on the end. What I'm going to do is put the bleach with the powder on at the root, bring it through mid-lengths, whack it through the ends just for a little bit, because even the ends I find slightly has got a tint of yellow in there. And then we're going to be basically doing a bit of a cut, which she doesn't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to undercut this baby off the back here. I want to keep it heavy in the front but really choppy, and I'll spin you around so you can see what kind of cut it looks like at the moment. But she's got a great face shape, she's very petite. The hair, I think the texture is going to work really well. If you just lower your head there for me. We're going to get rid of all the regrowth, and then we're just going to put one colour all over, because I want you guys to see what this colour does after pre-lightener. In my last video I told you about a product called Prepare, which comes with Elumen, and we're going to be using that today as well. And what that does is it changes the hair from a negative to a positive. Positive meaning in good condition, so it's almost like a pre-treatment. So we're going to put that on, and then the colour is a negative. So if you've got a positive and a negative, it's going to grab, okay? If you've got negative hair and a negative product, it's going to bounce off each other and the colour won't hold. And within about 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, it'll probably be about a week, you'll get the client phoning you up saying the colour didn't work, I've just spent all this money and it's just a waste. So yeah, I'm going to get cracking, and what I'll do is I'm going to lighten the roots first and do all my lightening stuff here. I won't bore you too much, and then I'll see you in a few minutes. Ciao. Okay, next step. We've pre-lightened the root area, and we've taken it to roughly about probably about a 10, maybe hitting 11, and we're going to be using obviously the SV. So it is going to tone anyway, but it's wet at the moment, that's why it's looking more golden. Now this stuff is called Prepare. It comes out in a bit of a jet, so be careful when you're actually using it. So you spritz it all over. You don't have to use too much of it, because it does, I find it expands in the hair, so you don't need to use too much, but it just does what it says. It prepares the hair for the Elumen, but it does come out a bit of a jet, so make sure you put your hand around the hairline and just make sure it doesn't go on the client's face. And that's basically it. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough dry this off. I'm going to then use the SV at 10, but I'm also going to put a tiny bit of VV in with it, just to put through the ends, because I've decided halfway through this, which she doesn't know about yet, is that I'm going to fade it from the SV at 10 into more of a violet, like a very pastel violet tone towards the ends of her hair, so that when we do the choppy cut, it's just going to fade from one colour into another. So it's going to be quite a creative colour, so because of the way I'm cutting it as well. So anyway, I shall see you in about, say about 10 minutes, and I'll speak to you soon. What I'll do is I'll talk you through the mixture, because you've got to be so careful with all the bright colours when you're trying to water them down, because some of them are so overpowering. So I'll just I'll record that a little bit for you so that you can see it, but when I'm putting it on, I'm not going to show you how to put it on, because you're professionals that are watching this and I'm not going to bore you. Anyway, ciao, speak to you soon. Right, okay, completely changed our minds. We started off using the SV at 10, and I was looking at the areas that were slightly pale yellow, and they just weren't toning. So that's a word of warning to any professionals out there that are going to use it. I think it's too light, I think it's too weakened down, but I put the tiniest scratch of VV in it, and it's gone to this so far. So we don't know what colour it's going to turn out, but we're liking it so far, so we're hoping it's going to turn out a bit like a pink rinse that you see in old Betty walking around the place. But yeah, we're going to turn it into quite a modern cut as well. So yeah, so we'll see you in about, I'm going to leave this on for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to lock it for 5 minutes at the basin area, which I'm going to bring the iPad to the back and actually record us doing this because I haven't done this in the past tutorials. So lock it for 5, and then we're going to condition it afterwards because it does make the hair a bit stiff. And then we're going to do the cut, and yeah, fingers crossed the colour comes out alright, because I've not used this colour before. So, so anyway, ciao, speak to you soon. Right, okay, this is my second take because that has just fallen off my fish tank. But right guys, what I want you to do is I want you to give the hair a really thorough rinse, and then you're going to give it one light shampoo. The hair has already been shampooed when we got the bleach off, i.e. pre-lightener, and yeah, the hair's already clean. So you're just going to give it one light shampoo just to make sure all the Elumen is out. When I said earlier that I was going to dip dye the hair, it has actually worked in that order, because I've put the colour root to tip, but where the ends were very light, it's picked up on the violet really well. So it's done the job without me having to go all creative on the hair. So we're going to give it one light shampoo. So any shampoo will do, to be quite honest. So there's no particular one. You can use Elumen shampoo. I think it's called Wash, but I haven't got the shampoo, the wet range of the Elumen in yet. So Golwell, as much as you hate it, we also use Redken here. So I'm just using a Redken volume shampoo because I want to create a little volume. You can use the dual senses for this. I think it would be probably the better thing to use because there's shampoos in the dual senses which are for a hair type, but the Elumen shampoo is just literally for Elumen. There's no particular thing for volume or anything else. So we're going to give it one light shampoo, and then we're going to lock it. So I'll show you how much lock we're going to be using. Some people really don't like the smell of it, but I quite like it. But that's me, I'm a little bit weird like that. So I think that will probably do it. Elumen isn't a heavy product like a normal colour, it's a gel colour, so it comes out pretty easy. So just going to give it a really nice rinse. Another good thing, guys, about Elumen is there's no ammonia, there's no peroxide used. So people having allergies to colour don't really have a colour reaction to Elumen. There's no skin testing required, which is absolutely amazing, especially this day and age. We have done a skin test already regarding the bleach side of things, which we had no reaction to. Plus, majority of people out there, they've been colouring their hair for years and they don't. They might get a little bit of itching now and again, but that's really nothing to worry about. Anyway, we've given it a really good rinse. So we're just going to towel dry the hair, just to get the dripping wet out, because otherwise it's like water off a duck's back. It's literally just going to fall off. So we want to make sure that lock is right in there. Right, okay. Now, lock comes in a bottle. Ooh, let's get out of here. Comes in a bottle like this, called lock. What I would say to you, especially for something as short as this, you're going to be using about that amount. Okay, so it's not too much, but it's just enough because it does spread with water. So there's no need to go stupid with it, guys, because especially trainees out there that think, oh yeah, I'm going to saturate the hair in it. Don't do that, because you're wasting product. And being a salon owner, I know that, well, colour companies and product companies, they mostly make their money from wastage, not actually product usage. So there's too many. I think that was a mustard company that said that once about jars of mustard. The profit is how much is left in the mustard container rather than how much is actually used, because people can't be bothered or they're just impatient. So there's no need to comb this through unless you've got someone with, well, I wouldn't even bother with combing through someone with thick hair. Just use your fingers, get it in there. The water's going to spread it around itself. So can you smell that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it smells quite pleasant.
Yeah, there's so many people going, oh, I hate the smell of it. I quite like it. So, right, okay. And that is basically it. So we're just going to leave that on for 5 minutes, and then we're just going to rinse, condition over the ends of it just to soften the hair through. I'm going to be using a volume conditioner as well. And then we're going to show you the next step, which will be when I've kind of like finishing off the cut really. I'm not going to talk you through the cut. We're going to be doing an undercut, so I'm going to be taking the section around from here, bringing all of this up, and then all of this section here we're going to basically be doing a kind of like just coming out from the head from it as a 90 degree and keeping it flat. I don't want to shave it because her hair's quite fine and I don't want it going see-through because of the colour we've done. So we're going to be bringing it out probably about that long around the sides and back, and then keeping the hairline really neat. And then we're going to have everything else just falling over the top of it, complete disconnection. And then we're going to be drying it straight, straightening it, and then slicing through. Job done. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Ciao. Right, okay guys, finished article. It's not article. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, it's gone to be a pure white on the roots, moving from, she was a 7, and then it's gone quite violety on the ends. The whole thing is undercut, so I lifted it up here, just basically done 90 degrees from the head, and then picked a point from the back of the ear, and then pulled all this hair back so that when you comb it forward, it got longer as it fell forward, just because her hair is quite fine. I didn't want like it to be quite gappy down the bottom, so I wanted that underneath, which blends in quite well. Spin you around, back it there. I just want to overhang, but I've done it quite, she's got a bit of a double crown, but I wanted pieces just falling over, so it was kind of messy, but looks like it's meant to be there. And then the other side. Mister, come here. Sorry, one sec. Thank you. That's it. Yeah, so this side just overhangs, just nice and loose and natural, but the pinky kind of ends just work really, really well. It softens up absolutely everything. And I'll show you over by the light. So if you want to come with me, hun, come with me. So you can see that. So it's yeah, just works really well. Just goes from, fades nice and naturally from a white into a violet, well, violet-y pink. Yeah, works pretty well. Happy with that?
Very happy.
There we go. See you later, guys. Any other questions, please subscribe and please ask away. Ciao.